The Atlanta Braves complete a 4-game sweep with a 9-4 victory over the Washington Nationals on Wednesday afternoon. Let's talk about it.
This is the Braves Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Atlanta Braves. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into the Braves Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta, where we cover your Atlanta sports teams each and every day. I'm your host, Lindsay Crosby, author of the Braves Today newsletter over at bravestoday.com. You can follow me on social media at Crosby Baseball. That handsome fellas, Jake Mastroianni, host of Locked On Braves. Catch him on social media at Shortstop Ball. Make sure you're subscribed to Locked On Braves wherever you get your podcast. Jake's got a ton of stuff, including, if the schedule is normal, a mailbag with your questions coming on Friday. But I want to talk about this win by the Braves, this 4-game sweep, and I want to do it a little bit differently from how we normally do this, Jake, right? Typically, we spend half the show talking about the pitching, half the show about the offense, but I want to structure this a little bit differently today. The player of the game, the turning point of the game, and what you're going to be talking about. And I think starting off with the pivotal moment where Atlanta just asserted control over this game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
All right, so going into the 6th inning, Atlanta's down 3-0, and we saw the Nationals really jump on Herson Waldrop in that 5th and final inning of his, leaving some stuff up and things like that. Atlanta roars back with 4 runs in the 6th inning, and we've talked about this a few times. No home runs. Right? They walk a couple times, and then they cash those in with hits. Is this sustainable against non-Washington Nationals teams over the course of a full season with the roster as currently constructed in the way these guys are playing?
I think for now I have to say no. Well, let me rephrase that. Is it possible? Yes. Do I believe it? With this group right now, I think I have to say no because of the stretch at the beginning of this month where you played a bunch of postseason contenders and we didn't see this type of offense. So, like I said on the podcast Monday, that was really going to be my take the rest of the season. They may go out there and destroy the Nationals. They may go out there and destroy the Pirates. But you had a 15-game stretch against postseason teams and the Cubs and the Astros and the Mariners, and this offense didn't show up. So until I can see them do that, for one, more than against the Nationals, I'm just really not going to believe it. Now, there's a lot of stuff that can happen in the offseason, bringing in some more, hitters and firepower, and just having this group together more for a while. If Kim, hopefully stays around, Profar doesn't get suspended, everybody else stays healthy, there's certainly a chance with this group. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Right.
But I'm not going to base that off a 4-game series against the Nats when you just showed me what you look like against good competition in the first, 10 to 15 games of this month.
Yeah. And that's the quality competition thing, right? You kind of look at what happened here. Brad Lord comes out of the game. Clayton Beeter comes in. And outside of the Michael Harris at bat, and we're going to get to that, people. Don't worry. We have thoughts on that. Don't worry. Outside of that, you watch Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a single, Drake Baldwin doubles. That brings in the first run, and then Beeter comes in. Walk. Michael Harris, again, we'll get to that. The big thing here is the bottom of your order does this, right? Marcell Ozuna, batting from the 8th hole, he gets a single. Nacho Alvarez, he gets a single. I do have to ask, when's the last time you saw 2 challenges on the same play and both of them lose? Because
I don't know that I've seen the first part of that question or the second part of that question. That's a very rare one when you see. I mean, I guess you've seen to avoid 2 calls from each team on the same play, but it's definitely a rarity. But both of them that then get denied, that's doubly rare.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. And from that point, Atlanta rolled. They did allow a run in the bottom of the 9th, but they score 9 unanswered runs to take the lead there. We're gonna stay positive in this first segment, right? We do need to give credit to the player of the game and just really the player of the month in particular.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
kind of excited to have these graphics. We're going to talk about pure hitter Matthew Kent Olson, because at this point, I really don't know what you can say about him that's not already been said. He came into this month with 21 home runs and like 70 something RBI. And he is in range of a 3,100 season. He hit his 5th home run in the last 5 days tonight. Is it possible to not get beat by Matt Olson, no matter who you are? Yes, it's the Nationals, but he's done this all month against quality teams.
Yeah, I mean, I just spoke about the fact that this offense didn't show up against quality teams first half of the month. That's not Matt Olson. I mean, Matt Olson has been doing his part, and it's really incredible. You want to hear more about Matt Olson? I talked about him all on Wednesday's episode of Locked On Braves. So there's that deep dive on him. But I mean, it's just incredible. And one thing I talked about on there is just the consistency. Obviously, September is an outlier in a very great way, but there hasn't been a month this season where he's had a WRC plus under 110. Like, there's been some down months, sure. May and I think July in particular are 2 months where he had like a 30% strikeout rate. The WRC plus was more around the 110 range, but he's never been a negative offensively this season. In a year where you have had a lot of negatives in your lineup and you've been lacking some consistency, Matt Olson has been that presence throughout. And now he's just turned it up to another notch. I mean, we're talking about a potential 30, 100 season for a first baseman here. I mean, that is what he is pushing towards. And it really gives me something else to kind of watch and cheer for towards the end of the season when we're looking for reasons to watch and tune in. I would love to see Matt get this, if he can hit 280 with 30 home runs and 100 runs scored and 100 RBI, batting a lot in the 2 spot. I mean, that's pretty incredible stuff from Matt Olson. And it's fun to see. Again, I don't know how any Braves fans just don't love Matt Olson at this point. Plays every day, plays hard. I mean, he's exactly the guy that you want, and now he's producing at an elite level offensively. He should get Silver Slugger at first base in the NL. I mean, he should be the first team all MLB at first base, if not at least second team, if some people think might be Vlad. But certainly Matt Olson is having an outstanding year. He's had a good year, and this hot month is making it a fantastic season for him.
Yeah. I want you to guess what his slugging percentage is in the month of September, and just give me the number you think it starts with.
I know his OPS is like 12 something. I'm trying to puzzle this out. 6. I'm going to say it starts with a 6.
Starts with an 8.
An 8. Oh,
his slash line in the month of September is 383 average, 441 on base, 850 slug. It's a 1291 OPS, which is just absurd. Absolutely absurd. All right. In just a minute, I want to talk about some of the downsides here, right? The Hurst and Waldrop 5th inning struggles. We're going to mention those a little bit, but we're really here to talk about Michael Harris. We'll do that next, right here on the Braves Postcast. This episode's brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. I've been playing Prize Picks lately. Such a fun way to stay locked in for the season. It's quick, it's easy, and honestly, it's my favorite way to follow along with a secondary sport like football. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Today's episode is also brought to you by our friends at Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts and know what their net worth is. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. And that's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone, because Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you, because Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Tons of ways to use Monarch. You can maximize your investments. You can increase your savings rate. You can review finances with your partner, or financial advisor. You can use it to keep a clear view of your financial health in whatever time frame you want, week to week, long term, etc. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. All right, Jake, elephant in the room. I teased it a little bit. The thing I skipped over in that top of the sixth inning was a 1-out, bases loaded at bat from Michael Harris. So again, Drake Baldwin doubles. He's on second. And they go to Clayton Beer. And the thing here is brand new pitcher coming in. Ozzie Albies walks on 4 pitches. Ha-Seong Kim walks on 7, 3 in the zone. So 11 pitches thrown, 7 strikes. And then Michael Harris comes to the plate. And I completely forgot to play the graphic because, again, these are new. So let me get that in there real quick, and we're going to break down how that at-bat went.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Still getting used to the graphics, folks. Okay, so Michael Harris comes up, bases loaded, 1 out. A pitcher who's thrown 3 strikes in his last 11 pitches. And not only does Michael Harris strike out in 3 pitches, Jake, one of them is remotely near the strike zone. 2 of them are in the dirt.
It's baffling. I mean, it is just truly, truly baffling that you got a pitcher up there struggling, walks back-to-back hitters, and you go up there swinging like it's a fastball down the middle. Like,
yeah.
I don't get it with Michael Harris, a guy that I love, a guy that I think has immense talent, that if he did ever figure out the plate discipline and approach, would be an all-star. Like, I truly, truly believe that.
He's got the physical tools for it.
But he's just never shown, and I say never, the kid's, 24, but he hasn't shown that yet. And now, 4 major league seasons now at this point. And he's just haven't shown that ability to adjust. Lindsay, he is in the first percentile in walk rate, 2.3% walk rate. He is in the first percentile in chase rate. And just in case you're not aware, 1 is the opposite of what you want to be. Like on baseball savants percentage tiles, you want to be 99. You don't want to be 1. I mean, it is just, it's like he's getting worse. He's gotten worse since coming into the league with his plate discipline and pitch recognition. And I tweeted this out after that at bat, as I'm sure many people had things to say. You can make all the mechanical adjustments you want. And I do think those have helped him make better contact when he makes contact. But until he can fix this part of his game, it's always going to hold him back from being that all-star level type of player and to carry out those physical attributes that he has. And it's just really, it's frustrating because, like I said, it is all there physically. You can see it. And it just, again, it feels like he's getting worse in this area.
Yeah. And the tough thing is, like, and what's frustrating is there was a month, like literally 33 games, where he was the best hitter in baseball. He hit 396 with a 716 OPS, 9 homers, 23 RBI in 33 games. He hit 205 in the 90 games before it. He's hit 196 in the 28 games after it. Little shameless plug. The next edition of Braves Today, the newsletter and all that, we're going to talk about center field. And there's, just like shortstop is so hard to find other options on the free agent market, center field's the same way. Arguably your 3 best options are Cedric Mullins, Harrison Bader, Luis Robert Jr. All 3 of them have 1 good season in the last 3 or 4 years. And outside of that, Mullins is batting 229. Bader's batting 234. Andy's in his mid-30s. Robert's batting 223. And it's like, there's just no real good options here. He had one hot, Jella put it great in the chat. He had 1 hot month and he disappeared.
And I'll another shameless plug for my podcast. When we broke down Michael Harris in his good stretch, I pointed out in there the plate discipline and the plate approach was still bad, even in that good stretch. And eventually that's going to catch up to you, and it has.
Yeah, it's just Sam puts it great in the chat. Throwing a strike to Michael Harris is a crime. Like, you just don't have to throw him a strike. Again, Clayton Beater threw 2 of those 3 pitches in the dirt and got swings on them. One of them, I'm pretty sure, was like 56 feet when the plate is 60 feet, 6 inches away from you. So absolutely just frustrating how that's gone. The big obvious story we're going to have to figure out going forward, and you've got to fix this. Like, if as bad as Nick Allen was from an offensive perspective, Michael Harris was just as bad, if not worse, because I guess Nick Allen wasn't qualified for the leaderboards. They both give you great defense. You can't have 2 black holes in the lineup. Like, you got to figure out something. Ozzie fixed himself for the most part. You got to figure out something, and I just don't know what you're going to do, but that's going to be the thing I'm taking away from this game. As good as it was to get the sweep, see Olsen hit the 5th home run, Ronnie go 3 hits, I'm going to take away the fact that Michael Harris's at-bat was probably the worst at-bat we've seen from any baseball player in Major League Baseball this year.
And probably the closest second would be the next worst at-bat for Michael Harris. Like, they are just that bad. And it's, like I said, it's just really frustrating because I love the guy and I think he can be an all-star, but until he figures this out, it's going to hold him back.
I'm not a big jersey guy. I have a Michael Harris, like, customized Outcast themed Braves jersey. Like, I'm not a big jersey guy. I have a Michael Harris jersey, and I'm like, I really want this to be wearable in a year. So we got to figure this out. All right. So Braves take the 4-game series. They are heading to Detroit tonight. They are off tonight. Off tomorrow. Friday starts a series against the Tigers. Bryce Elder, Joey Wentz, Spencer Strider are your 1 through 3. The Tigers have not yet announced their starters. I don't know if who we'll see. Will we get Scooble? Will we get Flaherty, Mize, whoever it might be? But we will be back on Friday to bring you everything from that. In the meantime, make sure you are subscribed to Locked On Braves. Jake's got a ton of great content coming up, whether it's his mailbag on Friday. I had a question sent to me that I need to give Jake for his mailbag on Friday. There's lots of great content coming. Also on YouTube, subscribe to both Locked On Braves and Locked On Sports Atlanta. Hit the notification bell so you know when Locked On Sports Atlanta has Braves content, Hawks content, Falcons content, and all of that. For Jake Mastroianni, I'm Lindsay Crosby. This has been the Braves Postcast.